listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Monday, June 26, 2023. How are we? Hope you had a great weekend, as I did. Still healthy, but, ups and downs here and there, but we're moving, we're chugging, we're strolling along, my 9-to-5ers. I know. But next week, you get a few days off, right? Isn't July 4th on a Tuesday? So I don't know. Do they get all that time off? Do you guys get Monday off if it's it is Tuesday next week? You probably don't get the 3rd off. What they should do, I don't know. Nobody can. I have so many fireworks I've collected over the years. I've got, shopping bags, those plastic bags. I've got about 6 of those things filled to the brim with smoke bombs, little butterfly things, nothing really that can start a fire in Florida anyway. But in Arizona, when I moved into the condominium, it was all cement concrete, so I was using them, but I couldn't go through them. After an hour, I'm like, yay, and I've got 5 bags left. I've still collected them, and they sell them over here, in Florida, but I want the big M80s. I want a Blockbuster. I want to get a bottle rocket. I want Roman candles. You can't buy Roman candles. Oh, land on a roof, start a fire. Oh, that's why we have insurance. Remember when you were a kid, you used to have Roman candle wars? Yeah, we did. 8, 9 years old, because it was legal back in the 70s. You ever get hit with one of those things? It hurts. It stings. You get a welt on your abs. Abs at 8, whatever. But yeah, it was fun back in the day. Then the next day, me and my friend Mike, we'd go in the street. And we would collect all the duds, things that didn't explode, and then we'd crack them open and get all the gunpowder out. We'd have a huge pile. He'd have one pile, I'd have another. And then we'd burn the shit out of anthills and fences and leaves. Yeah, we used to rake up the leaves in our neighbors' yards and then light them on fire. Almost burned down the whole neighborhood one time. The fire department had to come. Who did you do this? You guys. Hey, it's the same place we were here last week. Was that you? Couldn't have been. Of course it was us. Yeah, we got in trouble. Well, my friend his dad was the fire chief and my dad was a cop. So we had a talking to. I'm not saying it's you. But if it's you, stop lighting shit on fire. I could lose my job if they find out it's you. It's not me. Whatever. I'm just saying. Such fun growing up, man. I miss it. I wish I would go back and do it all over again. Damn, that'd be so much fun. You know? To know what you know now. You know what movie I watched last week? Peggy Sue Got Married. It was good. Yeah, that was I think the same year or the year after Back to the Future came out. So they came out with a girl version. And it was actually pretty good. Nick, what's his name? You know the guy. He's in, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Well, Nick, he talks like this. He's been in a lot of good movies. It's not Nick Nolte. Jeanette Angel throwing down 10 quid right at the beginning of the show. That's a lot of love. Thank you, Jeanette. The angel of Goof On. Mucho gusto generoso. First one of the night. And, Goof On is supported by you guys. So, we have all the links in the show description if you want to help support us. We do boots on the ground stuff. It's been tough this year, but it all goes back into the show and keeps us on our feet. You can use Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Even on the About section on the Goof On channel. Thanks, Jeanette. Hey, we got a new member. The Bad Boy channel. That's a re-up. Thanks for re-upping the membership, Bad Boy channel. You could even become a member of Goof On. I know, I'm lazy. I'll start doing more videos. Yeah. It's been tough, man. Yeah, I may seem energetic now, but I save it all up all day for this time. And then as soon as this is done, I drag myself to the gym to try to get the energy back. And then I don't even feel like working out much anymore. I'm telling you, you got this and you get this and this is life, right? This is ufology. They run almost identical peaks and valleys. It's terrible. What is this? We're going to look into it a little more. Amnesty to defense contractors. Well, okay. What? I'm not. Roll call. Backyard astronaut. How you doing, huh? Hey, Senemo. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Sven. Welcome to the show. Brian Yates. Welcome to the show. The Sapphire. Elf. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox. Not Wilcox. Right. People come and people go. See, now, we had the 2 best weeks in Goof On history. Now we're back to normal. Now, you'll see we'll barely hit 1,000 views when we were just hitting $2,000 every day for 2 weeks, pretty much, right? 1,800, 1,700. Same thing happened in January, and then it died. Happens like every 3 to 4 or 5 months, we get this, and then we get that. And then sometimes This year was just from February till 2 weeks ago was just straight across. Like, how do you not have any? I'm not even going to get into it. But thank you you're right. Welcome to the show. Diane, the boss of Goof On. What do you say? Brookes. How do you say that? Truth Attainment, yeah. Welcome to the show. Josie _UK. Welcome to the show. Michelle. Welcome to the show. Brian Yates. Did I say it? If not, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen. Welcome to the show. The B-Boy channel. What do you say? How do you be? Renee Cruisin. What do you do? Welcome to the show. Intergalactic Angler. How you saying? Chris. There you are. Z-Morg. How you doing? Claudia. How you doing, Miss Rodriguez? Good to see you. Mucho gusto. Glenn Collins. The big band guy. And FAP. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Derek Faulkner is here. What do you say? How you doing? Good to see y'all. Thank you. Zach Diecast Monk. Welcome to the show. Brandon Smith. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right, let's get going. I'm trying to keep those under 45 seconds to a minute. Yeah, I listen. I finally broke down and listened to a show or two here of my own show. And there are things that I try to adjust and will change. I think roll call, it's unnecessary, really. I like it because it's tradition. We've been doing it since day one when we only had 11 people here. And I don't know. It just takes, I don't know. I'm like, let's get on with the show, after a while. Some people, they start up, they go, hey, welcome to Goof On. So we're talking about this, That's fine too. Everybody's got their own thing. It's 2 hours. So I figured, what's 5 minutes to say hello? It's not even that. All right. I don't know why I have to say it. So Amnesty, I want to take a look. Let's pull up the word amnesty and see, what does that mean? Why? Why are we doing this? I don't understand. Amnesty. Because we're going to see what they mean. That's why. Where is it? Definition. Where the hell is it? Come on. An official pardon for people who have been convicted of political offenses. Or, as a verb, grant an official pardon to. The guerrillas would be amnestied and allowed to return to civilian life. Well, you know it. Grant amnesty to. Amnesty is defined as a pardon extended by the government to a group or class of people, usually for a political offense, the act of a sovereign power officially forgiving certain classes of people who are subject to trial but have not yet been convicted. It's basically giving pardon to my thing, and the rest of that says for disclosure of non-Earth origin materials. So what they're saying is, we're going to give amnesty to you guys if you stop lying to us. Because what they're saying is, we're going to give you a chance to come clean without any consequences. I want to know, what are the consequences if they don't? And are they accusing certain defense contractors outright with something like this without actually saying, hey, defense people, we know you got it. people are whistleblowing, Dixie, we know you've got materials, as Greer would say. But hand it over or what? I mean, is this legal intimidation? I see it that way. I do. I don't know why. But a lot of people think this is like giving whistleblowers a break. You want to whistleblow? You want to talk about stuff? You want to get things off your chest about aliens? Go ahead. But now we know who you are. We're going to watch. We're going to listen. You really think whistleblowers are going to come forward now? You know, we're going to come forward in droves. Yeah, we got a lot to say. Nobody is. Who's coming forward? Grusch doesn't count. He doesn't. Say what you want. I don't care. Grusch is not a true whistleblower. He's a guy who heard some things, heard some stories around the campfire, around the water cooler at work, at lunch, at the big 5 and dine for the happy hour special. We don't drink. We'll just have a little strawberry teeny. And we're going to talk shop right here. Oh, what do you mean? Well, Johnson and Phillips are working with aliens. And David, don't tell anybody this. But they've got alien technology down there. Get out of here. It's true. It's true. Ain't that right, JoJo? It's true. They've got keep it down. They got them. They got the aliens. And Grusch is like, they do? And then he's like, oh, I hate this. I got to tell somebody. See, I think whistleblowers are treasonous pricks. Yeah, I do. For UFOs and aliens, I think they're assholes. Yeah, it's treason. You're going against everything your government had faith in you to keep secret. And you want to whistleblow because you can't handle the truth. You can't handle that these things cannot be given to the public. See, why do I understand this? Why am I not a greedy prick? You would think me, of all people, would be like, I'm glad they're whistleblowing. I am, but I'm not. Because I want to know the truth, you know? But I don't like it. I don't. I think it's treason. I'm a big follow the law type of guy. I'm sorry. I just think it's wrong. If I knew about alien technology, but I saw that the government was doing everything and they're lying to the public, they're paying off the media to not say this and not to say that, whatever. And we're only going to allow David Grusch to say this, that, and the other thing. But if he says this, he's in a lot of trouble. He said it all. He said it all. But it's hearsay, so he can't be in trouble. You see how smart they did that? Did you ever see? And he's got his friend Rose Cuckold there, asking him. They weren't all softball questions, but they prepared. They went over things. That's why it was 7 hours they were together. It wasn't like a 7-hour interview, even though you could say it was. They practiced that shit. I'm going to ask you this question and immediately answer. If you wait even a fraction of a second, people will think you're lying. And they groomed him how to say things. Whatever you do, don't shake your head. Oh, I won't do that. Oh, don't do that. I won't. I won't. That guy was a pierce-lipping, head-shaking fool. David Grusch did nothing for whistleblowers. And if I was a whistleblower thinking about being a whistleblower, I recommend you don't. I don't need to find out the information for you to put you and your family's lives at jeopardy. Okay, I'm okay with knowing what I know. Grusch told us everything. Alien bodies, craft, hidden, we got them, end of story. There's nothing more to say. That's it. Now show us. I don't need another whistleblower to come out and tell me what I already know. Grusch told me. Yeah. So we need to see stuff, next time. 2 words I'm tired of saying. Next time. Next time. That'll be evidence. When? Never. Next time. Don't worry about it. We're just talking. And that's what we want to do, is we want to talk about things. That's why Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp give us bullshit. Oh, they're pulling the fat fuck Tony trick. Use shit that looks like UFOs, right? Say it's UFOs. Convince the uninformed and the uneducated public when it comes to UFOs. Let them see those videos and go crazy apeshit. We'll keep calling you out for the lies that you keep dropping because it makes no sense other than the fact that they Knapp and Corbell, are exactly like Grusch. They're hearsay video givers and evidence providers. They're nothing more than that. Everything they have is pareidolia of what really is. So they're giving us what looks like real UFO stuff that has been captured but kept secret from us. So in essence, in their mind, they're doing the greater good. They're actually showing us stuff because you and I can't debunk it, and they know it. You know how hard it is to debunk whether flares are flares from 30 miles out? You don't see the smoke trails from 30 miles away, 20 miles away, 10 miles away, but you see them if you're a lot closer. But the regular Joe don't know. So they keep doing it, getting away with it. Nobody gets in trouble because it's not legitimate. Do you understand why? Oh, hey, you can do this. Don't worry about it. Well, why isn't Jeremy Corbell and Knapp showing us real shit? And why did we have a guy from the government, not Greer's whistleblowers, be a hearsay guy and not a first-hand whistleblower? Makes no sense. The only thing that makes sense is they're saving their own asses from really getting in trouble. Do not buy this. You may get amnesty on paper, but your lives will be I guarantee that the government will mess you up. They will do whatever it takes. Oh my God, your power's out. Oh man, that's terrible. What's that? A $3,000 bill? Holy crap. Whoa, what happened to your bank accounts? Oh my God, that's a shame. You're drained of all your assets too? Oh, see, they could do it like that. Can't snap my fingers like I used to. I didn't even hear this one. That's what I'd be scared of if I was a defense contractor, a whistleblower, or anybody connected with the government that wants to come out and speak about UFOs. This is bullshit. They're not giving amnesty. They are. But think about it. We're talking about the U.S. government. They're not honest. They will do whatever they want. That's my point. They'll do whatever they want. Tomorrow's show is going to be pretty good, pretty cool. I've got that. We've never ever talked about the Gorejic. I think that the Netherlands children, the school kids. Gorejic. It's a small village in the southwest of Friesland, Netherlands. I never talked about it here. But I'm pulling up the article. I've got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. There's a lot of bull crap. Jeremy Corbell, him and his 5 eyes, and he talks about this Amnesty Act and all that shit. I think they got a show tomorrow or the next day. I don't know, but I gotta listen to that tomorrow. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Michael Shermer. Oh, I can't believe he's got his own podcast now. And apparently there's excessive paranormal activity happening around the world. Right? All right, where is it? Canada secret. Da, 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 da. Huh. Well, I wonder if I just took it from here. Let me see something. Looks like Lockheed Martin may have amnesty period to come clean about UAP. This could make sense. Allow contractors a way to come forward about any exotic and non-Earth materials craft in their possession. That's what little Chrissy Sharp says on Twitter. Seriously? It is a way for them, but think about it. Think about it. You're a contractor for the United States government. I don't know if they have government officials working alongside people, alongside these contractors. I would think they would, because if they didn't, then these contractors can discover and or create this technology and not tell the government. And that's what they're really scared of. That's the actual threat. That's why they are giving amnesty. It's so funny. It's so cute. They act like people are stupid. Oh yeah, just tell us you were hiding this from us. That's all. Just tell us you were keeping it a secret. We're talking trillions of dollars. Do you know how much that would be worth to another country, a terrorist organization? You don't know what these defense contractors are thinking. They're people. They're greedy. They're hungry. Although the government does pay very well. So I don't know why you would need more money. You can only have so many things. Unless you want to establish yourself as a Rockefeller or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Bernie Muro throwing down $2 super dono. Thanks, man. Bernie Muro, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto, generoso. That's a dono, too. That's pure love, people. That's right. We're securing our manhoods. Thanks, Bernie. Mucho gusto. So I'm not really a big believer that the government's like, hey, you know, you can tell us you got stuff. Just tell us. It's okay. We're not going to do anything. Oh, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Government, Mommy, Daddy. We discovered a way to go across the universe just with this crystal. Well, we put it inside of a lighter So nobody knows what's inside. But if I was to strike it, we could wind up in another galaxy. We created this. It's the only one. No, you cannot have it, government. It's ours. We created it. I don't care about no, contract or not. This isn't what we were supposed to invent for you. This isn't a weapon. You wanted us to find weapons. This is a way to travel. No. And they're going to have that problem. I hope those contracts are sound. That's what they're afraid of. Tic-tac? Tic-tac? What do you mean? That's us? Yeah. Well, why didn't you say so? We thought it was China. It's us. We created the tic-tacs. Mike, open the doors. They're opening the bay doors so you can see. Look at all of that. Thousands of tic-tacs. We've been making them. You can close the doors, Mike. Mike! They've come for us. This is why you don't tell the government anything. You keep all your secrets from the government. I'm telling all these contractors, you do what you got to do. If you come out and say, hey, we've got alien technology, well, we created it. Well, we figured out how to hover and go invisible. Huh? What was that? Go invisible. Did you say invisible? We can cloak ourselves now perfectly. If you take 2 more steps, you'll hit your head on a tic-tac, sir. And that's how it happens. They're afraid they're going to create a mass extinction level weapon without them knowing, or reverse engineer a UFO. So they're giving them amnesty, a way out. And when you get to this point in history where the government is saying, we're going to pass a legislation so whistleblowers can come forward without losing their pension or being sued or murdered. Can't say much about their families. Just kidding. They come out with that whistleblower thing, and now some months later, they come up with the amnesty for defense contractors for disclosing of non-Earth origin materials. Just months apart. Whistleblower, hearsay whistleblowers. Greer does his real whistleblowers, which was interrupted midway with the aliens from Las Vegas. Look at all the stuff. NASA coming out saying, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff to find alien life too. All of this stuff happening within a very short period of time. Rumors going around the UFO world are saying that something's about to happen. Right hand of God. The universe God. But we hear that all the time. So it falls on deaf ears, especially mine. Doesn't it seem a little different? It does. But it's over. Now we wait. And we sit as nothing happens. I want those 2 whistleblowers that are supposed to come forward with evidence. I thought we were going to hear from a few more whistleblowers. I'm not sure if that was Greer's guys or what. They have done a very good job of making it very difficult to follow along in ufology. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. What are you talking about? It's easy to follow along. Yeah, if you want to follow one narrative, but it's not just one narrative. There's several going on at once. And it all has to do with the government. But it's fake. This is why I am talking about it. It's not real. It's an illusion. Jeremy Corbell's fake UFO videos. Bullshit. We don't know why they're doing it, but I gave my reasons why Saturday. You guys can go back and find out. Or in the beginning of the show, I said it again. Lou Elizondo didn't do shit while he was here. That was a big waste of time. Two to Stars Academy kicked this all off in 2016. 2017, Lou came along. 2020, Lou leaves. We get Crazy Lou for a next year and a half, 2 years after that. Now he's gone. Grusch steps in. Nolan and Travis Taylor try to pick up the pieces. So we went a little bit dark for a year after Lou left. And now all of this is happening towards the end of an administration that has given the funding to Arrow. Not everything, I think. But they're doing everything they can as quickly as possible before it all comes to an end. So if they're rushing to get this out, but not rush it so fast that it's like the public can't handle it. I mean, they're still doing it slowly, but we just got news from a guy who worked with UAPTF and was in the government, said, we've got bodies, we've got craft, we've got material. The next is evidence. That should be next. So I don't want to hear in the next congressional hearings a few months from now or next year, whenever they're going to have them, that you're going to tell us how you're going to go about things again. Well, $45,000 is going to go here. $800,000 is going to go here. I don't need to know that. I know they're going to tell us all that. But it's time. It's time to pull the Band-Aid off and see what happens. We're on the cusp of a civil war, whether you believe it or not. I think we've peaked. I don't think we're going to have it, but some people still talk about it. We're close as we've ever been since the 80s to a nuclear war. Believe it or not, I don't know if it's a lot of propaganda coming out of, Russia and that side of the world. But apparently, China's going to take Taiwan. Russia and China are going to become friends, really good friends, and storm the coasts of the United States. Yeah, good luck. So then you got to think, wow, there's a lot of stuff happening, isn't there? If you really think about it, it's a really historic time. It's an odd time right now. There's a lot of unsureness of everything. And I don't like that ufology was brought into it the way it was. I feel like we're being used for nothing. All of the hype, there better be an end game. They better not shut down shop and say, we're getting stonewalled at every turn, everywhere we go. They've got such clear evidence. I feel it in my bones. I feel it inside me. I know they've got high definition video, 4K, 8K shit, up close, in your face, 3D even, probably. Who the hell knows? But I know they've got it. But to get it on TV for the world to see and to be believable, it's going to take somebody with some clout and some believability in a place that we could all agree is like a neutral place and nobody's being biased, nobody's trying to do anything crazy, and show us something. Can you imagine if they do that? Schwarzenegger would be a really good candidate. He knows how to speak well. He's 75, but what we've got here is an unidentified alien object there. This comes from another galaxy, comes from Andromeda. But it's real. We're going to go inside now. Take a look. Oh, look at this, huh? It's fantastic. It looks like a football field in here. Watch your head there. Oh, you step inside of it and it's as big as a football field, but only 30 feet wide. This is fantastic. I love the 3D technology. It would have to take something like a POV experience with some sort of historic actor that we all can agree can handle his shit. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cool dude. If you haven't seen Arnold on Netflix, you're missing out. It's 3 episodes, and you follow him from bodybuilding to acting to family and politics, and he ends it by saying something like, "Let's get back to work. Make yourself useful." He tells you to make yourself useful. I'm trying, Arnie. I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out what is so useful about having all the people, the whistleblowers and all that stuff the last 2 weeks, the last 6 weeks, whatever it's been. What do your friends and family think? Do they care? Why or why not? I don't know. Alien Girl posted this. I didn't even listen to it, but it's Grusch. Let's see why she posted this thing. Hey. I haven't played any videos.
So you've spoken to people with direct knowledge
Yes.
of a secret legacy UFO program.
Correct.
You're saying that the United States government has retrieved alien technology.
Yes, the assessment was non-human.
What a weird guy. Man, he's bizarre.
Presumably extraterrestrial, but we do have retrieved.
See how emphatic he's trying to be with his head nods? That's just bad.
Non-human material and craft that we have in our possession.
Do we have alien bodies?
We do.
Why did it take him a second to answer? Rich, are you 55 years old? I am. Rich, are you 55 years old? Yeah. It's a different, what's there to think about? Got to remember what you can and cannot say, Grusch. And then we got Jeremy Corbell discussing the 5 Eyes. I hate saying it. 5 Eyes UFO reverse engineering program and the 2024 Intelligence Authorization Act. From, what's his name? Howard Hughes. Let's take a listen. Steve Bassett.
Is that where we're at?
Look, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not going to make predictions, but what I can tell you.
He asked him if we're at disclosure.
Happened. So George Knapp and I obtained and released a new document from Canada. And this document was from an individual within the system of government there that brought it forward to their defense minister and identified a program that is multinational. So this is a UFO exploitation program housed under a foreign materials program, a 5 Eyes, as they say, which is like 5 countries that work together. This is the closest thing I've ever seen to an admission. They're basically saying, look, we have this reverse engineering program, and I'll just tell you, Canada found one of theirs. That's why this letter was written. This letter wasn't written out of a void. And this is Larry Maguire, and he's basically saying, we need to get ahead of this, that there's a number of countries that seem to be getting ahead of this, and we need to not lose the trust of the Canadian public. So for me, that was huge. That was a huge revelation. We were able to obtain and release it. You know, it's been around a little bit, but nobody saw it. So that was really neat. And then additionally, this is the kind of bombshell, really. It was just yesterday, new legislation was approved, bipartisan, and it was approved unanimously. And what this legislation says, I want to break it down for people. This is the Senate Intelligence Committee. They're saying, look, it's carrot and stick situation for these illegal UFO reverse engineering of non-terrestrial or off-world craft.
Illegal. Did you hear it? Illegal.
It's carrot and stick situation for these illegal UFO reverse engineering of non-terrestrial or off-world craft.
So if you're a defense contractor and you're illegally going against the contract, is that what I'm hearing? If you are illegally back engineering craft, we want to know about it. That sounds tyrannical to me. Am I going nuts? Am I not understanding something? I feel like this can't be that obvious, right?
And it was approved unanimously. And what this legislation says, I want to break it down for people. This is the Senate Intelligence Committee. They're saying, look, it's carrot and stick situation for these illegal UFO reverse engineering of non-terrestrial or off-world craft. And they're saying, look, you need to, one, tell us, or it is illegal. So all UAP research and development is now illegal, right? So this is the...
I was right. I'm not a bit off. I'm 100% right. It is now illegal? I can't believe it.
Craft. And they're saying, look, you need to, one, tell us, or it is illegal. So all UAP research and development is now illegal, right? So this is the stick. The carrot is it makes you be able, like a historical acknowledgement of UAP exploitation. Currently, it makes it okay if you acknowledge it. They really have.
Yeah. That's just like, this is unbelievable to me. I was right. I was right all along. Not even a little bit off. That's what they're doing. Hey, if you're lying to us, we're going to give you amnesty and a one-time chance to get out of it. This is cop-splaining. This is what they do when they have two people and they put one over here and the other one over here, and they go, you know, your friend's telling us, he's saying you're the one who took it. And then you're supposed to go, I didn't take it, he took it. You know, and you rat your friend out and you didn't realize it because they tricked you. That's what's going on here. That's why I said amnesty my ass. They'll give him amnesty on paper. But do you think that company will ever get a contract in the future for, according to what Jeremy's saying, illegally back engineering non-human origin craft? Wow. So they get a one-time chance to say, all right, you got me. Here it is. Take it. Go to Andromeda. Knock yourselves out. I don't want to go to jail. And now what do you think's going to happen to those contractors? They're not trusted anymore. Do you really believe what's going on? I mean, this is unbelievable. Jeremy Corbell's talking like this is great. Now people are going to start unloading the burden of keeping the secret to themselves. Now they're giving it to the most corrupt government on the planet, next to China and Russia. The United States government, here you go. There it is. Go ahead and make a bomb out of my travel logs. That's what they're going to do with that. Go ahead, go make some more weapons, you prick, ya. Yeah, oh, by the way, hide it from the public even deeper down in that rabbit hole. Jeremy Corbell has no idea what's going on. He thinks this is good. Unreal to me. This is bad. This is so bad. This is intimidation on a legal stage.
60 days once this is set in law to notify the U.S. government that they have in their possession these materials or craft, and then they have 180 days to literally show them the goods. Now, this isn't law yet. So that's the thing. Like, how are you going to, make this happen? Is the FBI going to go raid Lockheed Martin?
Exactly.
We don't know yet.
Well, we don't.
Wait, what? What did he just say?
So that's the thing. Like, how are you going to, make this happen? Is the FBI going to go raid Lockheed Martin?
That might be the most foretelling thing Jeremy Corbell has ever said. When he said that, that hit home to me. That's what's going to happen. I didn't even think that way. As soon as you say, hey, we've got the traveling decoder thing that'll get you from here to Andromeda, it's in here. We don't know how to go anywhere else but Andromeda. Who do you think's going to be at your door the next day, breaking it down to see what else you're hiding? Give me a break. Jeremy hit it right on the head. Right on the head. Keep your mouths shut, defense contractors. Keep them shut and accept no deal. No deal. You keep doing what you're doing. The world is fine. We don't need more corruption in the government's hands, especially alien technology or back-engineered technology. Jeremy got it right. That's what's next. The FBI will knock on their doors.
Exactly.
We don't know yet.
But it's not a law yet.
Well, we don't. I mean, look, I'm reading some of the stuff that you put out, and it is bombshell stuff, and I recommend people check it out. But, we're doing it here for them anyway. And let's just put it very clearly, Jeremy. It puts, I'm quoting here, official restrictions on any funding associated with UAP technologies and mandates compulsory reporting by U.S. industry of any UAP-related holdings to ensure there is congressional oversight. Now,
oh
there
my
are many
God,
ways to make that happen. You can have all kinds of legal sanctions. You can threaten to send the boys in. But the way that tends to work in my country, and definitely in yours, the money. That's the thing, isn't it?
That is the thing. And so, look, on one side, this is an apparent attempt to provide amnesty to companies that, comply with this legislation.
Yeah, we'll give you amnesty, but you'll never make money again.
But if you don't comply, you get no money. And so that's going to stop these programs, which
if you do comply, you get no money because they won't trust you anymore. Do you know how many companies are competing to get these contracts? This is no. Look, I'm not in the political world. I don't know how it works. I don't know. But from this point of view, listening and reading everything I just did, and even the amnesty to defense contractors for disclosure of non-Earth origin materials. But what are the consequences? Nobody knows. Still in the works. But this is legal intimidation in my eyes. If you don't comply, listen to Jeremy. If you don't comply, this is the government. This is that side of ufology that I hate that's doing all of this. You would think I'd be all for it because you would think that, oh, we're going to find out what companies are holding what. No way. No way. They have a right to keep their mouths shut. They're not the government. They're private corporations. They're defense contractors. That's why it's hard to get, you can't get a FOIA request on them to find out what it is they're doing because they're private companies. They're not the government. Even though we fund them with black budget money. Oh, never mind, another show.
Would be a real tragedy, but the bigger tragedy would be if this illusion, this secret, these lies continue to be told to the American and global.
How ironic coming from him. What a hypocrite.
Public. But I mean, I just want to put it really clearly to everybody right now. It is acknowledged that there is a Five Eyes UFO exploitation program. That
Which includes, we just got to make it clear for our viewer here, that is us. That's the Canadians, that's the Australians, that's you in America, that's us in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is just for people that don't know the Five Eyes, right? This is Australia, New Zealand.
He just
US,
said it.
UK, and what's the last one I'm forgetting?
Mexico.
Canada.
Canada. Let's not forget Canada.
Mexico.
No, but they made the omission. I mean, that's what's so cool. So essentially, this acknowledgement of the Five Eyes foreign material program as housing one of these UFO programs. Again, Canada found the UFO program. They found one of them. So this is really bombshell news. And for people not tracking it, the world is changing. You have legislation being put into place to expose these UFO programs. This is a reality. And
to expose them? What? You mean to dangle the carrot in front of supposed whistleblowers to give them amnesty? And now we want to give amnesty. They are desperate. Why does the government need this? Why do they need to do this now? It is so strange. I don't know, man. Something's up. What if it's something like this? Like, we'll give you amnesty if you've back engineered anything that could be from engineered craft or whatever. I don't know what I was going to say. But if they admit it, do you think the government's going to be like, all right, we trust you now? This is strange. I'm just thinking, like, Jeremy's pumping it up like it's good, like it's going to force things out. And it's going to make it easier for people to come out and talk. They still have the government to deal with. If you're on your deathbed and you sign a contract for life saying you'll never talk about this, if you do, and now, you know, they probably didn't put it in writing, but it's understood if you talk about this stuff, we won't just go after you. We'll go after your family first, then you. And even then, we may not even take you out. We make you just suffer with the losses. The government's desperate. Why? Is an important piece missing? Do they think somebody has a magic crystal somewhere that is needed for fuel to power these craft or something? Is there some sort of rumor going around in the government that we don't know about, but between these black budget programs, are people talking to each other and saying, hey, did you hear about the black budget program from off of Lockheed? No, why? It looks like they've got the crystals to take us to Andromeda. No shit. Then that guy, you tell the wrong person. You tell somebody who needs to feed their ego and think that they're going to get, a promotion or a pay raise or notoriety for saying, I know that Lockheed Martin's working on a way to get to Andromeda. And then you have what we had with the interview from the guy from NASA. We have the technology to take ET home.
And consensus reality needs to catch up to it. It's kind of like that movie, Don't Look Up, where people have been saying for a long time, this is what's going on. So now finally people are starting to see the writing on the wall. And I believe we're closer than ever to really getting to the core of the issue, which is that if there are craft of unknown origin not made here on Earth, then where are they made?
Exactly. And we would like to be knowing. And, David Grusch has taken us some of that way.
He has.
Are you...
Wait, does Jeremy think that we're going to find out where they're made? That's what he thinks. That's what he just said.
So now finally people are starting to see the writing on the wall. And I believe we're closer than ever to really getting to the core of the issue, which is that if there are craft of unknown origin not made here on Earth, then where are they made?
Exactly. And we would like to be knowing. And, David Grusch has taken us some of that way.
He has.
Are you
He has.
hearing whether this legislation is getting any political traction here? In other words, it's one thing to say, we are legislating, this is what we are going to mandate. And it's another thing for people to get behind it and actually make it happen.
Yeah, well, look, this is a bipartisan issue in the United States and really abroad, and it was unanimously passed. So, of course, there's got to be some adaptation of that language to be brought into law and signed by the president. However, this is just huge leaps and bounds. Like we can't, this is the biggest news story about UFOs that I've seen in a long time. So is there some sort of pressures that will try to diminish this language? Of course there is. This is the industries that are under pressure here. They'll lobby and try to create an environment where this won't be passed. However, I will tell you, there are people, good people in Senate, Congress, and within the intelligence community that want this information out, the fundamentals of this information. So
what if they want it out? You just can't put stuff out because you want to.
To give you an example, look, we don't have to teach people how to make an atom bomb, but we can admit that that's been a program of ours for a long time. This UFO reverse engineering program or effort, because there are many programs that are hidden within the classified realm underneath legitimate programs. But this has been going on for more than 50 years. That's what was in that document, was they're talking about this has been going on. You can even...
All right, we get it. I'll put the link to that in the show description so you can watch the rest of it. He really believes it's for the better. If these tactics work and they get passed, I don't think it's going to matter. Jay Cerno, thank you for the $2 super chat, says the money isn't in the cure like Big Pharma. I know. Yeah, that's true. That's for damn sure. They cure us, then how do they make their money? Same thing that's going on with ufology. You can't have this technology where it's free energy while we have all this gas and oil to fight about. Jay Cyrno, thank you for the $2 and the comment. Very true. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thanks, man. Continuing supporter of GoofOn. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I heard something come in on the phone. Nope, nothing. Yeah. Oh, let me double check. Yeah. Oh, I see what it was. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that I had that much growth left in that body part. Maybe in time, we'll find out the entire truth about not only alleged treaties between ET and our governments, but also about the Galactic Federation children. This guy says, in his opinion, there's a good chance it exists. Might be a part of some valet-like control system. What? Vicky Verma posted, David Grusch and Hayam Ashed. Oh, boy. Seem to be in line, don't they? Us and Israel are in contact with NHIs. Coming from a man that set up and ran Israel's space security program for 30 years. That guy is another Avi Loeb. Oh, God, I gotta listen to this. This silliness. Come on.
Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and space.
Wait, this is 2020 that he said this. I remember this. Here's the... So why are we listening to this?
Tips are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Hayam Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of...
All right. I'm going to play it for 30 seconds or so. But this is old news. This is when Trump was still president. And Hayam Eshed, I remember going crazy about this. This guy's making these claims that the Galactic Federation is sitting out there somewhere by Saturn or Jupiter or Pluto, just waiting for the right time. I mean, that was 3 years ago. Where are they? I thought this was the time. I thought the time is now. Now they're going to make themselves known. Humanity and the whole paradigm shift. I got your paradigm shift right here. There.
Aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of aliens, and he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims. But was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is. Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives. Now, this former head of a branch of Israel's defense ministry is 87. He was very well respected, at least until now. And he said all this in an interview with an Israeli newspaper in Hebrew, but it's really taken off after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post today. He says he's come forward now in the hope that his news will be accepted as true. He notes that if he'd made these claims 5 years ago, he would have been hospitalized, but now he says, I've got nothing to lose.
So he cared about his reputation 5 years ago, but now that he's closer to death, he didn't think he'd live this long. He figured, I'm just going to say it now. I'm old. People will say he's old. He knows stuff. He's wise. That's what he's hoping. That's what his ego told him. Go ahead and tell the world all that stuff. Go ahead. It's all right. It's all right. I'm your ego. We need it. We need it. Yeah. Tomorrow's show is going to be good. Wow, people just love this new legislation. This one here, Grant Levac, he says the legislation sounds significant. I guess Bob Lazar better dig up that remaining element 115 and hand it on over to Arrow, or am I reading this wrong? The legislation details that any person currently or formally under contract with the federal government that has in their possession material or information provided by or derived from the federal government relating to UAP that formally or currently is protected by any form of special access or restricted access shall notify Arrow of such possession within 60 days, or 2, make UAP materials and information available to Arrow for assessment, analysis, and inspection within 180 days. 2 to 6 months. Bob Lazar, I made a joke and I commented and I said, yeah, something like, Bob Lazar, this is for the people who worked in the government, like Bob Lazar lied, whatever. But that is interesting. Because Bob Lazar bragged about having this element 115, and I'm not going to tell anybody where it is. It's someplace where nobody can get to. Let's just say that. Oh, seriously, it's element 115. Oh, it's stabilized. I stabilized it. Bob Lazar. Ben sent $2 over on PayPal. Thanks, man. Richie, I don't think they have a choice now with other countries and companies going back to the moon. The U.S. can't hide it now like they used to, and it's only a matter of time. I was going to email you. No, that's good. Thanks, Ben. The Yorkshire Goofonian. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. There's not enough room to put that on a super chat. Yeah, I know. That's interesting. Yeah, going to the moon. So far they haven't been, nobody else has gone to Mars. But if the moon does have alien bases on it, then we know. Right? I don't know, man. There's so many weird things that have been done and said over history. Supposedly they went on, the Apollo mission and went on the Doctor channel, right? They switched the channels to, what was it? It was a special channel they had. I thought it was special Doctor, like something happened. So they switched channels and said, oh, there's over there on the rims there. They're looking right at us. Didn't they get like a telepathic message too? Didn't Buzz Aldrin or somebody say that? They just had a sense that they weren't supposed to be there and don't come back. It's a weird thing to say if it's not true. Did anybody actually say it? Play this. Yeah, I'm starting to not feel so good all of a sudden again. I wasn't feeling good all day, and I figured I'd have at least an hour in me.
About 1957 to 60, President Dwight Eisenhower found out that there was a group that was going off of authorized supervision by the president and also by the Congress, and began to engage in unacknowledged special access projects and black projects, but they were so deep black that neither he nor the Congress were being informed about many of their activities. And of course, it fell on deaf ears, and they were not explicit that it was dealing not solely, but largely with this UFO issue. Because from 1945 until the late 50s, we had acquired extraterrestrial vehicles and were reverse engineering them. And the corporate contractors and the government involvement began to operate without proper oversight because they did not want the information to leak out even from the White House and congressional offices. And while the secrecy could be explained in some regards, the management of it became increasingly illegal and unconstitutional, to such a point now that, from the 1993-92 period when I got involved at this level, we found that the president and senior members of the Congress who were to be informed of these sort of operations were being not only not informed, but actively denied access, and I might add, threatened. So this becomes a very big problem if you're in a alleged constitutional democratic republic such.
I got nothing. All right, let me show you a few things here. And then I'm going to get the hell out of here. As far as this Amnesty thing and all this, there's nothing else to say. To me, it's a legal intimidation to a road that will get you to not be a trusted source for the government. I want to know what the consequences are. And Corbell says, oh, I guess the FBI knocks on your door next. You okay tonight, Richie, bro? We are being overwhelmed. I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means. No, no, I am not well today, but I do the show no matter rain nor shine. Or if I do the show, if I can speak and be here, I'll do it. But I don't know what you mean. We are being overwhelmed. I don't know what that means. But I appreciate the $2, £2, £2 super chat. Mucho gusto, generoso, Cosmic Dave, UK Dave. Thanks, man. Bernie Muro throwing it down again. A $1 super dono from Bernie Muro. Thank you for being a continuing supporter. Mucho gusto, generoso, Muro. So, thanks, Bernie. Appreciate it, brother. I don't visit. I can't get into my Discord anymore. And I've been trying to cancel it altogether. I can't get any help. They keep taking money out every month for some stupid thing that I never signed up for. So thanks for reminding me. I got to call the bank about those unauthorized charges. Yeah, if I can't get into my account and they don't want to get back to me and help me, yet they could take $10 from me every month. No, sorry. I hate Discord. I hate it. Yeah, Dave. Well, thank you for the $2. $2 response. Yeah, there is so much information coming out or expected. Yeah. It's very strange information. I'm just not, there's something else going on. I see the government scrambling. This is like an act of desperation. All right, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. You want to look at it the other way? All right, they give amnesty. They get all of this technology and knowledge that they didn't have from these black budget, these defense contractors, whatever you want to call them. They get all of this, right? Now they know who the people were that were hiding and lying. Now they know who they have to watch and spy on. Now they know who they can't trust because they lied about the most significant thing. The government wants all information regarding the work that's done by these contractors. You think they want the defense contractors to keep some technology aside, work on their stuff here and the government stuff at the same time? It's happening. And the government wants to know who. Thank you, Cosmic Dave, for the $2. Mucho gusto, Generoso. Sapphire Elf, yeah, I think the laws are about moving forward, not going around and retroactively applying them. No one is coming forward with shit they have already. But maybe new things won't disappear as easily. Yeah, well, apparently the government thinks that there are defense contractors that are hiding shit. That's what it's all about. We've talked about this for years. It's the threat of threats. The government is afraid the defense contractors, black budget programs are taking the technology that they're supposed to work on and coming up with better technology, but not telling the government, creating their own faction, their own group. Who knows? It could be a terrorist organization. Scary. I don't see anything coming from it. That's just me. They've got to do what they got to do. They're going to try to scare. That's what this is. And my thing is, if the government is suspicious of one of their defense contractors, are they going to send the FBI in? And I tell you what, those defense contractors, they make so much money, they have another warehouse somewhere. Actually, it'd be very hard if the government is also working next with them, you know. I'm sure they have some oversight. You know, government manager. Hey, defense guys. Hey, contractors, get back to work. The new swimsuit edition's out. I saw it. Looks like Lizzo on the cover. Get back to work. They don't want that, man. But something strange is going on. All we're going to do, Cosmic Dave and everybody, we just follow the story. That's all we're doing here at Goof On. And right now, I see that as an intimidation tactic, legal intimidation. Oh my God, this got me so mad. All right. Now, I call Raw Cathard called and everything, right? because I see a guy who's not really what you think he is. I see a dickhead, a big dick. And I'm right. He proved it. You know how David Grusch talks? You know, he does this and he pierces his lips and he's got all these movements that are, it's almost like overacting. It's nothing out of the normal. I've seen it a million times. That's just the way Grusch is. Grusch talks with his head. He's one of those people. So when he says this and it doesn't mean yes or no with him. Sorry. We got to use other tactics to find other ways to find out. Now, to the untrained eye, people are seeing those head shakes and head nods and everything else as a form of lying, right? Oh, his head did this when he said that. No, oh, he pierced his lips and he shook his head like this. It's so emphatic. Do you know what Ross Cuckold did? You know what he said? Why? He said that Grusch has autism. And his mannerisms are, I'm paraphrasing, which explains his odd mannerisms. What a dickhead. I told you. That is a dick move. You don't say that. David Grusch, the reason his head shakes are so emphatic is because he's autistic. What? I don't even know what to say. Really, I don't know what to say. Look, I'm not friends with Corbell. I'm not friends with any of those guys I talk about. Those guys have a relationship and a friendship. I would never say such a thing about third phase of moon if I knew that was a fact. Oh, the reason Blake walks that way, it's because, you know, he's got wooden legs. You know, I wouldn't say it. If he doesn't say it, I'm not saying it. Nor would I ever say it. You don't accentuate someone's whatever they're dealing with, their issues, I don't know, whatever you call it. Everybody's got some weird things. I mean, I don't, but almost everybody does. Huh? I wish I could walk straighter up. I slouch when I walk. I hate that. It's because my back hurts all the time. Hurts to keep your back straight. Let's lunch over. But I can't believe he went there, trying to cover his ass so people don't think he's lying about whistleblowing. He's not lying. He's got autism. Oh, God, you didn't just do that, did you? Oh, you're so stupid. I told you, the truth of people will always reveal itself. Unbelievable. He's got autism. That's why he's got odd mannerisms. Oh, okay. You should have seen the comments. My son is autistic and he doesn't have any strange things. And I can't believe this guy just said that. What an a-hole. So funny. Oh my God, what is this? The citizens who have been elected as politicians are figuring it out, says Alien Girl on Twitter, replying to Melinda Leslie. The Senate Intelligence Committee has unanimously approved its new Intelligence Authorization Act for 2024, which contains extraordinary unidentified anomalous phenomena provisions. If you comply with their demands, give us your exotic UAP material, they will face no criminal or civil actions. But here, this is written by Christopher Sharp. Again, these are people who suck up to all the people in the field that are on mainstream media, just for the sake of sucking. He says the language is nothing short of sensational. Sources have informed Liberation Times that committee members have received compelling and credible information from multiple sources that has shaped the language. Another proposed provision aims to withdraw funding from any potentially illegal UAP activities that are safeguarded under special access or restricted access limitations. This applies if such activity has not been formally, officially, explicitly, and specifically described, explained, and justified to the appropriate committees of Congress. And to what specific activities is Congress referring? Recruiting, employing, training, equipping, and operations of and providing security for government or contract personnel with a primary, secondary, or contingency mission of capturing, recovering, and securing unidentified anomalous phenomena craft or pieces and components of such craft. This is ludicrous. This is like not, it's like Germany. Give us your papers, please. Siegfugel! No, that's the wrong show. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on. I think it sucks. I'm going to show you a UFO sighting. Check this out. This is a UFO. I don't care what anybody says. This is the real thing.
Okay, look at that, y'all. Anything regular about that? It's nighttime. Yeah. They hide right there. You see that? It's nighttime. It's like 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, son.
And they hide right there.
Yeah.
In a nice little triangle.
Do you know how stupid that is? Do you realize how stupid you would have to be to say something like that? Let me tell you why. That cloud is in a place that you can't see if there was a craft hiding behind it. But go a mile this way, a mile that way, or a mile that way, and everybody can see it. The cloud isn't covering up the whole sky, dill hole. God, are people that stupid? Yes. Yes. Hence the video. That's why I'm here. Oh, you want to see more stupidity? Sure. I've got a ton of them. By the way, Melinda Leslie is a wisher and a dreamer. I forgot to say that. Hold on. I have so much stuff from the other day too. Is this a video? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right, you ready? This one says clearly F-22 tracking UFO video part 2. Are you ready for this? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignite.
Looking outside is kind of like a blackish, I'm going to call it like a container.
Thanks, Jessica.
I can't really tell, though, what the shape is. It's so slow and so small, and you can't see it until you're so close. I'd honestly be worried about hitting it before you know it was there.
4 tries. I don't know what he's doing. What's Joe Monk trying 4 times? Sad. Sorry, Joe Monk.
I'm going to call it a balloon. You can definitely see strings hanging down below, but I don't see anything below it. I'm going to call it a balloon. You can definitely see strings hanging down below, but I don't see anything below it.
Think it's real? I don't think it is. Why do I attack Philip Corso? Because he's a liar. That guy he said things that were debunked, disproved. His body language is all that of a liar, and I don't trust him. That's why. I don't attack him. I don't attack anybody. There's no attacking going on. I mean, I don't know the guy personally, but I could tell a liar when I see one, or somebody that's deceptive. He's very deceptive. And he's made some money off that deception. That's why. All right. At a Memorial Day air show in Pennsylvania, a Beachcraft Starship has a tag-along UFO, apparently. So let's take a look at this. And I got to be honest, this one's interesting. Or is it? 4, 3, 2, 1... go. See that? I'm going to tell you, it isn't what you think. And I know nobody's going to believe me, but I've got hundreds of these on video. These are nothing more than dust particulates in the air. That looks like it's close to that airplane, but it's not. That is so much closer to the screen, to the camera, than anything. Those happen all the time. And when I was in Arizona, I would catch those things all the time. And when you grab binoculars, right? Because this is what these people don't do. if you grab binoculars and use them, you will see them. Those white things. In Arizona, they're everywhere. And this person just got lucky that one happened to fly within, 20 feet in front of the camera. Small dust. It looks good, but it's even got the movement of dust or something in the wind. And it also, the pixels don't match up with how far away that airplane is, too. That's all. It's closer. It's way closer. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the kids in Gorijek, the Netherlands, southwest of Friesland. Yeah, 1974, school children. I mean, there was a wave that took place at the Berwyn Mountains. There was a crash in Wales. Approximately the same area, general area, but about 600 kilometers apart. That's not close. I mean, that's pretty far apart, but I guess it's close when you're talking about the whole globe. So we're going to go over that tomorrow. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm excited for that tomorrow. Oh, this was an interesting thing. I want to take a look at I want to look for this on Google Maps. We've got to take a look at, I'll play this. There's an island that keeps disappearing and reappearing. And here it is.
Land in the South Pacific situated between Australia and New Caledonia has been a mystery as it appears and vanishes. Although it may have seemed like an error caused by technology, it should be noted that this island was clearly visible from satellite imagery and appeared to be a solid piece of land. According to an article, back in 1776, British explorer Captain James Cook made a reference to a mysterious island in the South Pacific Ocean that some referred to as Sandy Island. As per the reports, the object was sighted once again in 1895, 100 years later, and it was believed at that time that the landmass had the dimensions of 14.9 miles in length and 3.1 miles in width. As of right now, researchers have searched this area and found no one. However, as of today, others still allegedly report seeing the mysterious island. A strip of land in the South Pacific situated between Australia and New Caledonia has been a mystery as it appears and vanishes. Although it may have seemed like an error caused by technology, it should be noted that this island was clearly visible from satellite imagery and appeared to be a solid piece of land. According to an article, back in
I'll play one more clip for you, and then we will. This is, and I have been wanting to play this for a while. Michael Shermer, who is one of the worst skeptics in this field, period, was on Joe Rogan. And I just wanted to play a little bit of that because I can't stand Michael Shermer. And I just wanted to show you why. That's all this is. I'm attacking him. Yeah.
The conspiracy detection kit. The grander the conspiracy theory, the less likely it is to be true. Like, say, Volkswagen cheating the emission standards in Europe. That's a very specific conspiracy theory. Turned out to be true. They really did do that, and for obvious reasons, profit motive, right? But so if you scale up from that, they're trying to control the entire European economy or something like. Well, no, that's too big.
That's just trying to make money.
They're just trying to make money, right? So, the more people that have to be involved, the more elements that have to come. People are incompetent. People can't keep their mouth shut.
For the most part.
For the most part, yes. Now, to be fair to the other side, if you read about the development of the U-2 spy plane and the AR-71 Blackbird, this was done in Burbank, where you used to live. And that's right in the heart of L.A. How did they do this for all those years and nobody knew about it, right?
Well, they were acting on the interests of the government. They were trying to be patriots. They kept their mouth shut because they were trying to win a war against the evil others.
Right. So again, like with the
for the Defense Department, he said there are top secret videos and photographs that he's seen or that he's aware of that are pretty spectacular that they don't understand.
Right. I've heard him say that. It's like, okay, then let's see them. Well,
yeah,
we
but
can't.
why would they release
Right.
that? This is the question is like if they, just like the Blackbird, just like the stealth bomber, many of the other projects that they have that were top secret before they became public, why would they release all that information?
Probably wouldn't. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder what that stuff is. And the fact that it happens so often in that very specific area, you know, who knows?
Another thing I was thinking about with the UAPs is in the history of technology, no nation gets very far ahead of any other nation.
Right.
They either back engineer it or copy it or steal the secrets and so on. It's not likely we would have anything that the Russians and Chinese wouldn't be pretty close to having also. You know, just think of just the development of jets.
Or the development of the nuclear bomb.
The nuclear bomb. I mean, the Russians had, you know, so 1945 was Hiroshima, and 1949 the Russians, they stole our secrets, right? So this idea that, you know, these are super advanced drones that we have and the Russians and Chinese don't have, it's not likely they would not know the technology that we know, the physics, the aerodynamics, and the engineering and all that, because they read the same journals. They do the same research we do.
So what do you think it is?
Well, I think it's probably multiple things. I think some of them might be drones that just really high-tech drones. Some of them are just blurry videos that are. I think the one of the sphere inside the cube
The cube inside the sphere
is probably a balloon.
A balloon?
Yes.
A balloon that stands stationary at 130 mile an hour winds?
Appears to stand stationary.
Appears with the most sophisticated tracking devices that these military jets have.
I know, these are anomalies, yeah. So we just need better data.
But why would you think it's a balloon?
Well, what else would it be? Okay, it might be, you know, it might be a drone. It's certainly probably not an alien.
He doesn't know. That's how he is. And he's made a career saying the same answers. What else would it be? It couldn't be. It couldn't be. It just couldn't. Well, how do you know? It couldn't. Great answer. Thank you, Ian McFadden, for the $3 super dono. Mucho gusto, Generoso. It's good seeing you, too. It's been a minute. Nice to have you back. And thank you for the support ongoing. I appreciate that. Thanks, Ian. It's a super dono, too. See? We're okay. Nobody got hurt from saying love. But that's Michael Sherman. Shermer, I know. I said it on purpose. How do you know it's a balloon? Well, what else would it be? Great answer. What do we have tomorrow? Yeah, let me pull that up. Tomorrow we're doing this, I think. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Tomorrow's show coming up right behind me for tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I just want to let you know, at any time, this show or any show this week can change. They're not 100% locked in, because as soon as I get my videos ready to play, because I got the new connector, this little guy, HDMI video capture card, and had to get that. We are good to go, and I am going to switch the show out and announce that it's time. But these are the kids. Yeah, we don't know them. We've never heard these kids. It's never been talked about. Nobody's talking about it. It's a good one. It's a good one. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you for hanging out. I probably wasn't myself tonight, but I appreciate you hanging out. doing what we do and supporting the show, moderators and super chatters and what else? Moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans. We're all working in sync. Everything's going well. So I appreciate the support. Don't forget to thumb up the video and comment. What do you think is actually going on that, I mean, put a comment in the comment section. I'm just curious of what you guys think. I'm paying more attention to the chat, to the comments now. So I'm going to make sure I read all the comments. I used to do it all the time, then I got away from it. I'm doing it again. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night with more Truthology for Ufology. And that's it. All right. What do we say? Be safe. Be good to each other. And alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life.